right, a big announcement in the world of retail this morning. Rue Gilt Group, that's the company behind Gilt and Rue La La, and mall owner Simon Property Group are teaming up on a new digital venture. It could provide a roadmap for future retail partnerships as the industry continues to change. Joining us with this news in an exclusive interview is Michael Rubin. He's the executive chairman of Rue Gilt Group. He's also executive chairman of Fanatics and ShopRunner. And David Simon, who is the CEO, president, and board chair of Simon Property Group. And gentlemen, welcome to both of you. Thanks for coming here today.
Thanks a lot.
This announcement catches a lot of attention because what you guys are doing is new and unique. And I have to say, I was a little surprised to see what happened. What led you to this point?
Well, if you look at our outlet business, we're the leader in that physical world. Our outlets, we have around 90 in the world. They do about $25 billion of gross merchandise value in terms of sales. So we always felt like there is the next evolution of having our online business as well as our physical world kind of integrate. We started in beta in March, which is allowing our brands and our consumers to tap into the physical world and our retail. And I thought Michael would be a good partner in moving that along.
So it's like brands like Saks Fifth Avenue, Off Fifth,
exactly.
Aeropostale.
So if you look at like Woodbury Common up in upstate New York, that does $1 billion in volume. And our shoppers can't necessarily go there every week or every month. So we created essentially an e-commerce platform to allow them to visit our site during times when they can't make that travel.
So Michael, what do you do behind the scenes? Why do they need your help?
Well, the most amazing thing to this is we actually had the identical business plan to launch an online outlet marketplace starting back in 2016, and then we acquired Gilt and we put it temporarily on hold. So when David and I got together, and David told me about his vision for what he wanted to build for an online outlet marketplace, and I told him our vision, they were really identical. And then you look and say, take the leader in outlet malls with $20+ billion in GMV and spending $100 million plus in advertising and 2 billion plus shop visits, and take the leader in online off-price merchandise who already had a plan to do this, and putting the two together was absolutely the best strategy for consumers, because ultimately we think this is a multi-billion, maybe even a $10 billion plus opportunity to build really the best online outlet marketplace for consumers that's a brand right experience. So we thought it was a massive opportunity, and we thought doing it together would give us a much better chance of building the best product for consumers.
Why do the brands want to go through you guys? Because I talk to a lot of brands now, and they'd rather go direct to consumer and cut out the middleman.
Yeah, and we look at this as direct to consumer. We look at us as hopefully the most important marketing channel to them long term. What brands really want to do is exactly what you said. They want to build their own direct to consumer business, and if they can list their excess merchandise in a marketplace and then pay us a commission on that, there's nothing better for them. So if I said what's our goal for brands, it's to not only have a brand right experience, so think about what's happening in an Amazon or eBay in their apparel and accessories category, but in the most brand right experience, and then do it on a scaled basis where we can drive them a significant portion of their volume. That's something that they really want. So the biggest thing we're hearing from brands is make this as big as possible in a brand right way.
Yeah, and if you look at the successful retailers, they have the bricks and mortar, and they have the online, and they create the omni-channel. We're the largest retail real estate landowner in the world. So for us to have the physical presence like a Woodbury, and then be able to do the same kind of commerce online and integrate it is kind of what we're replicating. So, and our brands trust us. I mean, we're essentially the largest landlord for most of the best brands in the world. Our consumers trust us with our premium outlet portfolio, and together I think we can explode this. And Michael's team at Rue and Gilt, we thought a great partnership in terms of really exponentially growing that as opposed to us building on our own. And they have a profitable company, which is unique in the e-commerce world.
Yeah, and it's what we do day in and day out. Look, we have 700 employees at Rue La La Gilt Group. They wake up every morning, go to bed every night, obsessed about how to deliver the best experience for consumers in this specific industry. And for us, this is adding a third business. We started with Rue La La. We've added Gilt. We're now adding this new business. And by the way, we're adding more businesses over time, but this business, again, is something that both David and Rue Gilt have wanted to do for years, and I think is a really large opportunity. You think about it, it's a $200 billion industry of off-price online apparel.
Sure.
A small share of that's pretty meaningful.
David, this does come at a time, though, when the retail part of the business, the bricks and mortar part of the business is suffering. We've just heard about Forever 21, and I think they were your 7th largest tenant going into bankruptcy. What are you doing right now to try and keep up with all the changes that are coming?
Well, look, I think we're trying to help our retailers kind of weather the storm and go through the various restructuring. Every retailer has its own unique story as to why it ran into trouble. Forever 21 actually is a unbelievable story. An immigrant started this business from nothing and grew it to be very successful, and I think they got sidetracked through a lot of their international growth. I think if they go back to the basics, there's a role there that they can play with respect to the consumer. And, you know, but the reality is, if you look as an example, when we went public in 1993, I've been the CEO for 25 years, one of the few that, you know, have seen all sorts of storms. Our top 10 tenants that existed in 93 are no longer here. Yeah. So if it's good real estate and a good management team that has the capital to reinvest in your product, you can weather the storm. Now it is, you know, there is a little bit of rain and wind coming, but we've seen it before. And our company has the capacity financially to continue to prosper. As an example, since we've been public, we've paid $30 billion of dividends out to our shareholders. So, you know, we are a cash flow machine. We're reinventing our business, mixed-use properties, entertainment, health and wellness, and I think with Michael's help and his team's help, we're creating our 5th platform, which is kind of the direct-to-consumer.
Can I just ask real quickly on the Forever 21, does that bankruptcy let other tenants in the malls renegotiate their deals? Is that true or not?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I might get a phone call or two, but, you know.
But it's not happening.
You get those with or without that.
I get those with. It's always our fault no matter what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Becky, I was just saying, when you ask what David's doing to kind of help support the retailers, I look at this initiative as a great example of this is going to help the retailers have more successful businesses. The more demand that we can send to these retailers, the more profitable they're going to be. So if we can build a multi-billion-dollar business or bigger, sending demand to these retailers, that's the best thing that we can possibly do. And what's been proven, you know, and everyone knows this, is a customer that shops both online and offline is your best customer. So if we get them that they go online, we get them that they go offline. We have 35 million customers between the online databases of the outlet stores and between Rue La La and Gilt. To use those databases, drive business only going to help to support these merchants.
How much is your NFL business up?
NFL business has been great.
How much is it? Like 20%?
Yeah, more.
Crazy.
Does that cover the tariffs?
More. It's in the mid-20s. I looked this morning. We were up, I think, 33% yesterday. I woke up at 6 o'clock and looked at the numbers. They've been terrific. NFL has been really strong, and you know, Fanatics business overall has been, you know, incredibly strong this season.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Congratulations on the deal, and thanks for joining us today.